the Bridge of Two Moons. The river that bisected Hangzhou was both a provider and a barrier. For Mei Lin, it was the steady breath of her life. Her father was the ferry keeper, and she knew the currents and the reeds better than the tiled roof of their own humble home. Her world was the water's surface, glittering with reflected sun and the quick passage of boats. Her routine was broken one spring evening by June, a scholar with ink-stained fingers and eyes that held the relentless focus of a man seeking knowledge. He was bound for the distant library on the opposite bank to prepare for the imperial exams. He paid the ferry fare and said little. Yet every night, as the boat carried him back, he would look at Mei Lin, not with the bold gaze of a suitor, but with a deep, quiet respect, like one beholding a rare and necessary manuscript. Mei Lin would hold the lantern high for him, her silhouette framed by the gathering mist. Over months, their conversations grew from polite exchanges about the weather to philosophical whispers about the nature of time and the beauty of the unspoken. He was the anchor of her evenings. She was the beautiful disruption to his tireless studies. Their love was a delicate balance, sustained by the 10-foot width of the ferry and the certainty of his nightly crossing. But the balance was broken in the season of the monsoon. The rains came down with the fury of a forgotten god. The river swelled, tearing loose from its banks, consuming the small wooden span, the only fixed connection between their two worlds. The bridge collapsed with a sound like tearing silk, leaving a churning, impassable gap. The ferry was grounded. The river was too dangerous for any crossing. Jun was trapped on the library side, Mei Lin on the riverkeeper's bank. For 3 sleepless days, the churning water kept them apart, a distance of mere yards that felt like a lifetime. Then, on the 4th night, the rain lessened, leaving only a slick sheen on the stones. The full moon, newly emerged from the clouds, was dazzling and whole. Mei Lin stepped out to the dark bank and gasped. Where the bridge had once been, a small, cobbled-together vessel drifted slowly toward her. It was a makeshift raft, crudely built from planks salvaged from the ruined bridge, tied together with thick lengths of rope. Standing precariously upon it was Jun, his robes soaked, his face pale with exhaustion, but his eyes alight with a singular determination. He had spent 2 days retrieving the broken pieces of their connection, refusing to allow a barrier of wood and water to defeat their love. The moment he stepped off the raft and onto her bank, the river stilled momentarily, reflecting the full moon perfectly. And because the raft was slick with water, and because the river was still slightly high, the reflection of the moon caught in a pocket of deep, still water right next to the bank. It was as if the river had held its breath to offer them a miracle. The moon, shining once in the sky and twice in the water before them. From that night on, Jun ceased his studies, realizing he had already found the most precious wisdom. He became Mei Lin's assistant, fixing boats and tending the bank. The locals, witnessing the impossible journey of that crude raft, forever marked their meeting place by the water's edge. They called the spot the Bridge of Two Moons, a memorial not to a grand piece of architecture, but to the simple, desperate love that crossed the uncrossable. Centuries later, the modern city of Hangzhou still tells their tale. Lovers walk the shores of West Lake, waiting for the perfect moment of reflection, passing down the whispered prayer that ensures their own enduring bond. If 2 moons shine, your love will cross the water.